I didn't have a full-on mental breakdown, and I've been learning to code. We're gonna be moving. I have no idea what I'm doing. Good morning. I am honestly in such a sleepy mood. I could just go right back to sleep. So it's been actually quite a slow week so far. Really calm and quiet, which is unusual. Today actually I have been going through some educational materials and I've been learning to code, just super basic stuff. I just wish I had a little bit more time to dive into it and actually be able to do something, create something of substance. I really didn't think that I'm gonna like it or find it interesting, but I wish I could do it. I wish I could code, like it looks cool. Other than that, I have some design system work to do, and I have a new task for this week. I'm trying to figure out design systems. Of course, I've used them before, but I've never actually set it up myself from nothing. I'm just building it from scratch. There are many decisions that need to be made at the beginning, like how everything is structured with variables, for example. So I'm trying to figure that out, like what collections do I need to make, how to name everything, how to group everything inside it. Like I'm trying to map out everything right now, but I think I have the structure. Okay, so it looks like this right now. It looks like nothing. Putting it on paper, even if it's just like doodles like this, helps me a little bit. And hopefully that is the right way to go about this, because honestly, in this department, I have no idea what I'm doing. And yeah, of course, I looked at some examples. Like every company has their own needs, so the design system is different. It's not as helpful to look at design systems from like Apple or Google, because it's like 100 people work on it. I'm not going to be able to create something like that. I, of course, will only be creating something way more simple. That's one thing that's not very helpful here, and the other thing is like, I'm not sure how to structure it. I haven't filmed in about 2 weeks. I just needed a break from it. So, in that time, kind of a lot has happened, a lot of small things. First of all, kind of random, but I got rid of my piercings. I'm still very sad about it. I am sad, but I am relieved. I got them done almost exactly 4 years ago, and they never healed. For a month, they could be good, and then all of a sudden, nothing even needed to happen for them to just go up in arms and be infected, swollen. I've been thinking about doing it for a really long time, and I finally gave up on it. In other news, we're gonna be moving. Okay, that sounds very dramatic, but to make it even more dramatic, we're gonna be moving abroad. Actually, we're just moving for a month, and it's gonna be in Barcelona. It was a long process, but it is finally confirmed happening. We have everything booked, the paperwork is signed, the money has been spent, the flights are bought, we're going. And I can't wait. I can't wait. As someone who has never lived anywhere else other than around the place where I was born and grew up and where my family lives, I really want to just see how it is. Okay, so when it comes to work, the first month concluded. I feel a lot more confident, a lot more comfortable at the job. I am still very happy. I still really enjoy it. I'm super grateful. I love it. Today, after work, I will have a first meeting with a potential freelance client. It's actually someone I know, I have worked with before. It's something very, very small that I know I will be able to handle like in my free time over on the weekends. So it's nothing that will be like interfering with my full-time job. One more thing that happened last week is that it was my birthday. I didn't have a full-on mental breakdown. Actually, not full on. I didn't have a mental breakdown at all, which I was fully anticipating, fully preparing for, because I don't like my birthdays. Birthdays are worse for me than the New Year's, where people are confronted with all the goals that they were managed to fulfill and not fulfill. This is what happens to me on my birthdays. But I really did not experience that. There really isn't anything I could beat myself up about. Oh my god. What a time in my life at 29 years old. I think I'm done for today. After the last check-in, I continued working on the design system a little bit, and then I started on the new task. So when I'm saying that I have a new task, it doesn't mean that I'm not doing anything from the previous weeks. None of the things that I was actually working on have been implemented yet, so we are not even at that stage. Things like that, they get rolled out gradually. And yeah, it's 5:30. I could just continue working till I would basically fall asleep at my desk. Like, that's the thing about working with product companies. There is always work to do. Like, the work is never ending. So I really have to be like, okay, let's just stop right now. Tomorrow is a new day. It's hard to keep the work-life balance for me in that sense, because I just end up sitting at the computer for the whole day. And of course, I'm like enjoying it, so that's another aspect to it. I don't want to just like clock in and clock out, you know? I enjoy what I'm doing, so I could just stay for hours and just keep doing it. But in the theme of practice for Barcelona, where I also want to enjoy my life, explore the city, you know, go to the beach after work, I have to start pushing for the life in the work-life balance ratio. So actually that's going to be learning and the challenge for this week, to keep the work-life balance. Today I'm still fighting with the design system. Yesterday I thought I figured everything out, and today I wasn't as sure about it anymore, and I started changing things, and I pretty much still don't know if I'm doing this right. But I started work around the same time as yesterday at 8:30. We'll see when I will clock out, how this challenge is gonna go. Just a quick check-in. It is a little bit after 6 and I finished. Overall, really great day. I got a lot of done. I got some positive feedback again on my designs and stuff that I've been working on. I got a comment yesterday on one of my reels on Instagram saying that I look really sad, and that the person was basically like sending me good vibes and like praying for me. It was a video when I was talking about like struggles a little bit with being really stressed, overthinking, doubting yourself in a new job, right? But the overall like vibe of the video was not sad. And I know that the person didn't mean anything bad by it, but it just made me feel kind of weird because I am really happy in this job. I really love this job. Everything is working out for me. I swear I'm not sad, and if it looks like I'm sad, it's probably just my face. And I felt the need to say this because now I'm like second guessing my entire existence. Maybe I'm like sharing too much about the hardships, and I'm happy and I'm grateful and I love what I do. Now I'm scared that I'm giving off this vibe that I'm sad and miserable, which is not the case. Just putting it out there.
Żeby to na przykład w kwietniu się nie powtórzyło.
I went to pick up my passport this morning. I have a passport for the first time in like 15 years. Kind of random quest, but needed to be done at some point. So, one of my designs is finally for the first time going into development. So, I have to make sure that it's well prepared. That's one thing. Another thing is still working on this new task that the deadline is till Friday, and finishing up another task now that everything has been approved, kind of doing like final touches. I feel like I have so much to do. I'm starting to stress a little bit. Today is the sort of weather that just you would like to crawl into bed and never come out of it. So having my second coffee and trying to stay awake. But I'm working on this new task. I keep calling it that because I don't have a different name. And it is very UX focused. Right now I would say it's in the phase of brainstorming. So I'm thinking of solutions, and that is one of my favorite stages. I think I really love it, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. But I also feel like I'm procrastinating the other thing that I should be doing, which is preparing that other design for development. That is not my favorite thing. Let me say that. It has to get done today at some point. Today I'm doing what I procrastinated yesterday. And I actually found some things that I haven't thought of before. So I need to make some slight changes to the interactions. And I also have to finish the other task. The deadline is today for that one. And I have to finish kind of early because we are going for a family gathering. So I started work at 8, I think, today. And the freelance work that I'm doing, I did an hour in the evening, I think on Wednesday, and around half hour yesterday. I don't know if it's indicative of how things are gonna go in the future. I was very honest from the start that, you know, I have a full-time job. That is my first and foremost priority. That's the most important thing. So this is just what I'm doing whenever I have time, basically.
not sure if I'm gonna film anything else today, so I think I'm gonna sign off. This week's challenge for managing work-life balance worked out very well. I think I will do another challenge type of thing next week. I have to get my sleeping schedule in order, so stay tuned for that and see you next week.